We held a workshop for postgraduate research students at Cumberland Lodge recently this autumn, and one of the things that we were discussing with the student group was the importance of reaching different audiences when you're publishing your research, and the importance of adjusting how you write to communicate to those different kinds of what academics increasingly refer to these days as research users. Because different research users will expect different forms of communication, and certainly many of them will not be used to and may not find it very easy to access some of the more complicated academic research, in particular that students are producing for their PhDs or for academic journal articles. So when you're writing for those different audiences, you need to think about both the form and the style of the writing that you do. Partly it is about style, it's about the language that you use, it's about not including complicated referencing, about not discussing your methodology. Most research users aren't really interested in how you found your research findings, they're mainly interested in what you found, and avoiding obtuse theoretical language and complex concepts. It's about focusing rather on the relevance, on the topicality, and in particular upon the way in which your research can help to inform what policymakers and what practitioners are encountering in their regular, everyday workplace activities. It's about style, but it's also about the form and content of what you do. I was once talking to the government, one of the government social science advisors, who said that when he was talking to policymakers, they said that what they really wanted was research producing to them in what they called a 1-4-20 format. They want a one-page summary which captures all the key points and can be read quickly by almost anybody. They want a 4-page kind of executive summary which gives you the structure, explains about the research and summarises the main findings, but still no more than 4 pages, so it can be read by an informed reader in 5 or 10 minutes. And then a longer piece, 20 pages, which is more like a research article, which allows you to go into some depth, explaining what you found, how you found it, and why it's important. And when you're writing for a research user audience, policymakers and practitioners, it's important to think about that format and to try and write to that format. Write a 20-page piece, write a 4-page piece, and then write a 1-page summary. It's something we've tried to capture in our Third Sector Research Centre publishing policy. And for most of our publications, we ask our researchers to produce a working paper, around 20 pages long, a briefing paper, 4 pages long, and an abstract, less than a page, usually only a paragraph, which summarises their key arguments. It's a discipline that our researchers sometimes find challenging, but manage to work to. And it's something I think that all people who are wanting to translate academic research findings into something which is accessible to different audiences need to consider. So think about the 1-4-20 format when you're writing. Think about who's going to read your research and how easily they will be able to understand what you're saying. It can be a good idea to ask colleagues or even friends, perhaps better friends than colleagues, to read something that you've written to see whether they find it accessible, whether they can understand what you're saying, and whether they're getting the main message. Because for many people, it will be the main message that they're interested in, and they need to see that and hear it quite easily. So what you say matters, but also so does how you say it. And when you're writing, think about the form and the content. Think about the form and the style of what you're writing, as well as the content.